Call me Shape. We back. We live. Surprise live stream. You know, I was gonna make a video right now because I'm about to go in a date in about an hour. I gotta leave for a date in about an hour. Wish me or pray for me. I was gonna say wish me luck, but you know we believe in Christ, so I don't believe in luck. But I figured, you know what? Why don't I just make the video live with you guys, right? So for the next hour, we're gonna discuss, and I got some videos we're gonna share. The real reason why black men are done with dating. The real reason, okay? And there's some real reasons behind this, okay? Now, I'm excited about this. Reason why I'm excited about this is because I think that it's important to demonstrate the fact that, you know, this didn't just happen overnight, right? This didn't just occur out of nowhere. There's a real reason why a lot of men are saying, you know what, I don't want to date anymore. This ain't worth it to me anymore, okay? And we're gonna discuss that. Also, make sure if you coming into the video, well, it's not coming into the video. If you're joining the live stream, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel blowing up. I appreciate you guys. Happy Sunday, and let's get right into it. Okay. Now, boom. All right, so we got some videos here, and I'm just gonna start playing them off. We're gonna play the videos, we're gonna react to them, and if we have people that want to join, we're going to put the link so you guys can join. Okay, enjoy this show. Let's have a lot of fun. But, all right, so the first girl is going to give her take on medium ugly men. She said medium ugly men. Let's see what she got to say about it.
All right, ladies, I think it's time to have a very serious conversation. Why are you guys out here dating ugly men? I want that medium ugly men trend deaded immediately, and I do mean immediately. Oh, I love a ugly medium man. Oh, I ugly medium guy. Ugly what? I need the baddest bitch in the front. I need the baddest. When I say I need the prettiest, the handsomest, the most gorgeous man in the front. I'm not dating an ugly man. I'm not dating a medium ugly guy. For why? However, you're probably thinking, oh, how's me dating an ugly man? Like, how does that affect you? It affects all of us. And I'm gonna tell you how. First of all, you're ruining the market. I gotta say it. Because you, pretty girl, you're dating an ugly guy. First of all, you're raising his value. Now he's thinking he's the shit. Now he's thinking because he bagged you, he can bag the rest of us. Nor, like, genuinely, like, I honestly, truly believe that the fact that women now, like, date ugly men, all of that is, like, men already think that they have so many options. They literally need the baddest bitch to the front. They'll have the baddest bitch, but finds out that she walks with two left feet. All of a sudden, that's a deal breaker because they know they're just gonna find another bad bitch. Yet when women date, it's like, oh, like, I need to hold on to him because. Stop dating ugly men, please. I'm. That's what I gotta say. Stop. All right, ladies. I think it's time to have a very serious conversation.
It's so funny because this is an average girl talking about stop dating medium ugly men. What do you mean stop dating medium ugly men, girl? You are medium ugly yourself. Respectfully, okay? And she's okay. She's decent looking, okay? But you know, it's funny to me that women hop on these TikToks and they start talking as if they're supermodels. Baby girl, you're not a supermodel, okay? You're decently attractive, but you're no supermodel. Respectfully. And this is what black men we have to do. We have to deal with women that thinking that they're so much better than the average man when they're average women. It makes no sense to me. Absolutely none. Okay. But she's not the only one. We have more women that are complaining about this. Okay. This girl's talking about why men are done dating. Why are men done dating?
This is a question for all the men out there. What stops you from asking a girl on a date? Because it's been 3 years and nobody has knocked on my door. Nobody has knocked on my door. Nobody has slid in my DMs. What y'all scared of? This is a question for all the men out there. What stops you from asking a girl on a date? Because it's been 3 years and nobody has knocked on my door. Nobody has knocked on my door. Nobody has slid in my DMs.
You know, it's funny. So this is a decently attractive girl. It's probably a little bit more attractive than the last girl. But still, same problem. Why have no men slid in your DMs, knocked on your doors? Because it's not worth it. It's not worth it. I don't know what to tell people, but I think people think that dating is just so worth it. It's worth it for women because they go on free dates. Like I'm taking a girl on a date right after this. I got a attractive girl I'm going on a date with. I'm gonna tell the truth. She's 40 years old. I know a lot of men are like, why would you date a 40-year-old woman when you're 37? Well, she looks pretty good and she seems pretty sweet and she's putting in the effort. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? But realistically, it's expensive for men for us to go out and date women and see if they're worth dating. Like it's really expensive. Like if I take a girl on a date, I remember the last date I went on prior to this, I spent $160 on a date with a girl who was attractive. I thought we got along really well. We talked for a couple days, but ultimately after the date, she said that I think this is a mismatch. She thought it was a mismatch. $160 after she thought it was a mismatch, which is okay with me. But I'm just letting you know, ladies, this is why we don't want to date y'all. It's going to cost us a couple $100 for you to realize you don't even like us or you think it's a mismatch. Okay. So that's why no one's sliding your DMs. That's why no one's sliding your DMs. It's obvious. That's why no one's sliding your DMs. Now, here's a girl. This is shocking, right? Here is a girl that I actually matched with on Hinge. I told people before I got over 500 matches on Hinge. This is a girl I matched with on Hinge. I don't know if she knows that we matched. Well, she probably doesn't know. I don't know if she remembers. Whatever. All right. We started following each other on Instagram. But she actually worked for a popular radio station in New York, right? And I'm from New Jersey. She worked at a popular radio station in New York. And this is her podcast, which ultimately failed. It failed as a podcast. But this is a great clip. And I thought they were very interesting what they're talking about. Let's hop right into it and see what she has to say.
There was a study called from the Pew Center for Research conducted a study that said 63% of men under age 30 would rather stay home and watch porn than go on a date. Men said they are getting their needs met without having to go on a date. Would men rather stay single than be with a woman? Is the question.
That's what they're saying, pretty much.
63% of men.
I think they're cheap.
Yeah, they just ain't got no money.
They don't have money. You should get your money up before you start dating. So it is cheaper to sit home and beat your meat,
Right.
than actually go out and find actual women to hang out with.
That's
I
a sad
disagree.
reality.
I disagree.
Why? What do you think?
Is it less of
What
a
do you
headache
think?
to have
Here we
to deal
go.
with a woman or something?
There it goes. Like it's a headache. Now I gotta take you out. I gotta hear what you had to tell your whole day. I
That's
gotta.
why you take out people you actually like, and then you don't feel that.
Yeah, but then what? I gotta get to know you first to like you, right?
Yeah.
So how do I get to know you?
Talk.
Call him.
So you rather pan?
Hey, listen. I'm married.
You always gotta say.
I don't got these nigga
If he
problems.
wasn't
These nigga
married,
problems.
if he wasn't married,
I'd probably beat him. I mean, 100 miles an hour.
there was a study called from the Pew Center for Research conducted a study that said 63% of men under age 30 would rather stay home and watch porn than go on a date. Men said they are getting their needs met without having to go on a date. Would you?
All right. I think they said 63% of men. Was it 63% of men, 83% of men? It really don't matter, but majority of men essentially don't want to date women anymore. And you see, it's funny watching people talk about this because the girls automatically thought that wouldn't you would rather beat your man, you rather beat your meat, you rather fuck your hand. Yeah, I'd rather fuck my hand. Yeah. And I don't even like to curse, but I'm just going to repeat what she said, right? Yeah, I'd rather fuck my hand. Why? Because one, my hand can't give me no STDs. My hand can't get pregnant, right? My hand don't cost $100 each day to take them out. My hand doesn't require 3 days to take them out. There's so many reasons, right? But women walk around like, oh, I got this good. He going to take me out. This is better than I got the wob. And it's like, bro, it's so annoying how arrogant women are. They're so arrogant. Bro, if I walked around like, yeah, my dick's so good, bitch. Fuck y'all, my dick good as hell. Y'all gonna look at me like I'm crazy. But that's exactly what y'all doing. That's exactly what y'all doing. Y'all walk around strutting like we gotta worship y'all. Why I gotta worship you? I don't know you, girl. I don't know you. But y'all want us to worship you. All right, let's get to some of the comments. Mr. Mister in the house. Shout out to Mr. Mister. He is One of the admins, shout out to Mr. Misser. If you guys act up in the comments, he is going to time you out. So please keep the comments respectful. But I know that most of the people in my chat, you guys rock with me. So shout out to us. We don't got no issues over there. Shout out to Mr. Misser. We got Great Shooter. He says she has to put in effort. She's 40. Yeah. Yeah, she does. I mean, you know, if I show you, I can't show you a picture of the girl, right? But if I show you a picture of her, one, you couldn't tell that she's 40. Two, she don't got no kids. So the question is, would you rather date a woman who's 40 years old or a single mom? Which one you rather? No kids or older? I'm kind of at the place where I might rather go older. I am 37, so if a girl's 40, we're close in age. But yeah, it is risky. I agree. She might not be the most fertile, and so that might be a bridge we got to cross. Faye Make It Happen says men are done dating because all you women do is beg for money. Yeah. They walk around like if men are ATMs, free ATMs by that, not just ATMs, free ATMs where you just type in whatever you want to type in and money starts shooting out. And so, I agree, and hopefully on my date tonight, because for those who just joined in the live stream, I'm going on a date and I got to leave here at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time. So I just want to hop on and I want to make a video, but I also want to make a live stream. So I was like, screw it. I'll make the video. We'll live stream. We'll make the video together. But I'll let you guys know how that went. Okay. It's at 7:00 and I got to leave at 6:30 because it's about 25 minutes away. It is with a 40-year-old woman that I met off the League. The League is a dating app, which by the way, I've been doing so well on Hinge. I'm like, let me try these other dating apps out. And so looks like this is my second date from the League. So let's see how the League goes. Mike Tremor says, what makes me LOL is these boss chicks are shooting themselves in the feet. The more they make, the more they want the man who is dating them for the mate. Yeah, it's funny that women had that requirement because they want equality so bad. They want equality, right? I make this money. I want my man to make the same amount of money. But we're not looking for our equals. And this is where women get the game messed up. I'm not looking for my equals. If I wanted an equal, I'd date a man. I'm dating you because you're not equal to me. That's the whole purpose. If God wanted us to be equal, he would have never made Eve. Okay? He made one man out of man because you got a womb. Okay? I'm dating you because you got a womb. I know you want me to value for your mind, your education, your talent. I get that. But let me tell you something, baby girl. Without a womb, I wouldn't be talking to you. I need women to really understand that. Y'all put everything above your womb when your womb is the most important reason why I'm talking to you. Okay? I know y'all want companionship. I got companions. I don't need companions. I need a womb. Okay? That's what you got. Okay? So something to think about. Mr. says, a simple solution. If you don't like each other by the end of the day, pay for yourself, then part ways. But women ain't going to do that. You know what? Mr. You know what? You are a slick motherfucker. You know what? I'm going to suggest that. But you know what I did instead? I try to keep the date cheap. So I said, all right, let's just go out for dessert, right? Dessert's not going to cost more than like $30-$40. Let's just go out for dessert. Let's see how it goes. But, God forbid it doesn't go right. I'm going to say, yo, let's split the check, man. This is trash. Let's split the check. Whatever. Or if the girl orders so much food and she wants to, because I'm trying to go for dessert, right? But the place also serves regular food. So if she goes and she wants to order everything off the menu and I'm just turned off by that, I'm just like, yeah, let's split it in half, yo. Let's split it. So Mr. Shout out to you, man. You gave me a trick up my sleeve that I got just in case the date don't go so well. Mike Trump says, I'm voting for 5 more years of no dating and seeing how these women are doing. Yeah, you know what? 2030 is going to be a very interesting time. Shout out to everybody that realized the apocalypse is coming in 2030 because everyone's predicting that there's going to be more women age 30 and above without children and with for the first time in history. So this is going to be an interesting time, right? 2030, and we're also talking about women over 30. Majority of them going to be single and childless. That's something to think about. Ronald Calhoun says, young, no kids. Why date a 40-year-old? By the time you figure it out, her eggs are completely dried up. You need to aim a bit lower in age. Yeah, I know. And part of me feels like I'm wondering, I don't know. Like I can't justify I can't defend. I've actually, you know, it's funny because I train, and I'm a personal trainer at a gym, and I told my clients about it. I was asking them, what do y'all think? And, you know, I don't know why I asked them because they're all women. So I asked the women what they thought. And they're all like, oh, one of my clients, she had her first child when she was 40. Okay, that's what she told me. Like, you know, she don't see the problem with it. Also, another one of my clients said, you know, she was really like, oh, what's wrong? She's 40, you're 30. You're not that far apart in age. I'm like, yeah. And I don't be arguing with my clients because they pay me, right? So, you know, I ain't going to be arguing with them. I just listening to them, blah, blah. But I showed them a picture of her and they're like, oh, she's so beautiful. She's I won't lie, yo, this girl is pretty bad. She's a black girl with natural long hair, her real hair. The other thing about it is she's retired at 40. She has a very interesting life. She's retired at 40. I don't know. She said she did some kind of financial job. She did like some kind of finance. So something about her job that she was telling me she worked like 92 hours a week for like a couple of years or something. And she joined this like plan, this like early retirement plan from her job. So she's retired at 40. So right now she has all the time in the world to just do stuff. And I think this is the time she wants to be serious about dating. I don't know. I'm curious myself. I'm going to find out. So I'm going to try it out. But the reason why I'm dating her is because, well, I'm going on a date with her because she looks damn good. She's very attractive. And I've dated beautiful women before, but she looks very attractive. We are close in age. I won't lie. Like, she's 40, but I am 37. So also, I'm open to just learning and discovering stuff, right? I'm making a channel about dating. I got a date too. Right, I am on some monk mode shit where I'm not chasing like I used to chase so much. So I'm going on like a couple dates a month, but I'm doing it for content. I'm doing it to stay sharp in the content, right? A lot of people that make dating content, they don't actually date. They don't actually get girls. I'm a dude who actually goes on dating apps, matches with girls, goes on dates, smashes them, and come back to you guys and tell you guys the experience, right? So I'm in the trenches with it, right? So I'm not one of these fake dudes who just make content. They're not in the trenches with it. Hebrews 11:13. Shout out to Hebrews 11:13. Said, can a woman lie about getting her eggs frozen to avoid getting pregnant, but she lied because her boyfriend wants kids? Can a woman lie about getting her eggs frozen to avoid getting pregnant, but she lied because her boyfriend wants kids? I don't know what you're talking about, but who is she lying to? She lying to a guy that she's cheating with? Like, who is this girl you talking about? Is someone you're dating? Like, who are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about there, Hebrews. Scooters, great shooter says, nobody's plot the long can. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Hebrews says, so she lied to stay with the boyfriend. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know what you're talking about. Like, you gotta kind of you gotta, you know what you're talking about, so you got to help communicate to me so I understand what you guys are talking about. I got a few more videos. We're going to rack a few more videos, and I'm going to let you guys call in for the last 10 minutes, 20 minutes. I'm going to be here. So a few more videos, and I'm going to put a link in the chat. You guys can call in. So stay tuned. If you want to call in, you got a question you want to ask, you want to talk about whatever, I'm going to put that link in the chat shortly. But let's get back to the videos. Okay, I got another video. I got a guy here that's making his point about why he thinks this is why men quit dating. This is a black guy. He's giving his perspective. I thought his perspective was interesting. Let's rock with it and see what you guys think about
it. If you don't have this mindset, you may never date again. I'm gonna need you to be a lot more outcome independent. What happens is guys want a ROI on everything that they do. If they be vulnerable and they approach that girl, she should text them back. They should go on a date, and then things should move on from there. And then when it doesn't happen, resentment starts. I coach guys for a living. You'd be surprised on how many guys have not approached a girl in years or many months, all because one girl either A, rejected them, or two, they got the number and no response. When I'm out here doing my thing, it's not about the outcome. It's about my actions and about me showing up, because it's the simple law of averages. If I keep showing up and doing the same things over and over, it's not about if I get the result, it's more so when. I know as a man, as long as I show up, I'm on dating apps and I'm swiping, I'm improving my physique, I'm approaching girls in public, I'm gonna get my girl from that. But you guys hit one roadblock and turn around and quit forever. Can't do that, buddy. If you're somebody with this shit together and you have this mindset and you want to get back on track to start dating again and maybe get into a relationship, I made you a video. It's in my bio. Check it out.
Okay. So he pretty much said that a lot of men quit after one bad experience with girls. You know, it makes sense to me, but, you know, he's actually shaming men for it. And I don't think we should shame men for it. I think men are saying to themselves, you know what? This bad experience is very indicative of what the dating market is like right now. And it is all bad, bro. There's some, not only did someone pee in the dating pool, someone took a shit in it too. So there's shit and there's piss in the dating pool, okay? And most likely a feminist did it, okay? Most likely a feminist did it. I'm just saying. So, but you know, it's funny to me because everybody is trying to chime in on why men are no longer dating anymore. Like everyone's confused. What is there to be confused about? There's nothing to be confused about. We are here. We're communicating. We're telling you what's going on. The problem is no one's listening. There's nothing to be confused about. Nobody is listening is the real problem. That's why you guys don't know what's going on. Classic Professor said these type of guys you all have to ignore. Yeah, you know what? I don't really trust. It's not that so much I trust anything he said, but he made one good point, and so I wanted to share with you guys. So shout out to you. I agree with that. He says because he would swear to you that he's that great at dating. So are you talking about me or are you talking about the person I just had on the screen? I don't know if you're trying to diss. You know what I'm saying? If you're trying to violate, we about to time you out. So let me know. Like, bro, all that nonsense trolling shit we don't do over here. You know what I'm saying? This is a real men's community for men, particularly black men, to talk about dating and issues in life. That's what this is here for. So if you here to troll, bro, you could see your way out of here. So let me know. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you want smoke, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is it? You know, who are you? Where are you from? Like, what's going on, bro? I don't know what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? So you might want to calm that down. If you're talking about him, that's all good. But if you're talking about me, bro, you got to bounce. You got to bounce. Anyway, all right. Let's get back to the comments. We got another black guy, but this black guy, he's from the UK. Okay, so the UK is funny because the UK is having the same problems as black men in America, right? So British black men are experiencing the same problems as black men in America. What does that tell you? If we're both experiencing the same problem, what does that tell you? Okay, let's let him say what he got to say. I'm going to respond, and we're going to get right. We're going to get right, okay?
So many black girls trying to figure out why black men don't like black women. I think I got an answer for you. I'm Ruquan, senior at Harvard, studying Black history, and I grew up around Black love, grew up in Washington, D.C., which is Chocolate City. So I felt and seen Black love.
My bad. This guy's not the British guy. I got a British guy after him. I mistake them for the the bloke that I have right after him. He's actually from Harvard. So this is actually an intelligent black brother. Let's listen to see what he has to say.
Every level, you know, in the hood, in the schools, you know, in office, in the businesses, on the street, whatever it is. And I come to Harvard and I experience something really different where there's this war between black men and black women. That's like the black women hate the black men. The black men, some of them stay away from the black women to get a white girl or whatever. I realize what's happening is these two groups of people are not actually talking to each other. These two groups of people are listening to stories from their parents, and they're also experiencing things from each other, but they're not actually sitting down and having a conversation about their desires, about their fears. And since they're not doing that, it's going to be extremely difficult to arrive at a place where love can exist like this. Because a part of love requires intimacy and vulnerability. Vulnerability is about taking off the clothes, being free, being open, letting it be known and letting it be shown, sharing how you truly feel. Intimacy is about both parties doing that and then coming close together. If there is no vulnerability and intimacy, it's difficult for love to be experienced. It's not just that black women want a husband. It's not just that black men want a wife. Black men want to be loved and black women want to be loved, just like white women want to be loved and white men want to be loved. But here's the thing. You only are going to be loved if you're both vulnerable and intimate, because that's the way that someone has an opportunity to truly patch you up where you're broken, kiss you where you hurt, and things of that nature. So what I'm saying is like, it's a lot of people asking like, oh, who's gonna love me? Who's gonna love me? They don't love me. He don't love me. She don't love me. But that same person is typically not willing to go and say, hey, I want to be loved. Here's where I'm broken. Here's where I hurt. Here's what I'm afraid of. Can you help me? And I think if that happens, then the outcomes will be better for both black men and black women. Only black girls trying to figure out why.
This dude is from this actually I didn't watch this entire clip. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I took me like 20 minutes or so to prepare for this live stream. But this black dude's from Harvard, and he said that this is very interesting. He says the Harvard black men and Harvard black women are not getting along. So we have an Ivy League school. For those who don't know what an Ivy League school is, which I don't even got to explain, y'all know exactly what time we on in America. I'm trying to explain you guys what's going on in America because I got an international audience, but you guys know what's going on in America. Ivy League schools are the top schools: Harvard, Yale, Brown, these type of colleges, Columbia. These are the type of colleges. Anyway, he's saying at the height of education, black men and black women are not getting along, and he was shocked. At the height of education, we're not getting along. I'm not shocked. In fact, I actually expect that. The more educated we are, the less we're going to get along because the more feminism is going to be creeped up into the minds of women. Okay? And the more successful the men are going to potentially be, right? The prospect, the trajectory of black men who are in Harvard, these Ivy League schools, so they don't got to take the nonsense. So you have a double whammy here. You got feminists on one side and you got black men who are actually valuable on another side. Why would black men who are valuable date feminists? It don't make any sense. Okay? Only if you're a loser and you're an idiot, you're going to make that mistake. Okay. Some black men are, so I'm sure they're going to make that mistake. Hebrew said, it tells you that social media is worldwide and it'll affect an individual. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And he said, okay, I'm going to try to rephrase my story. Okay, what's the story? And then he says, is the call in a Discord link? No, I don't have a Discord. Guys, if you could help me, because people have been asking me to make a Discord and I want to make a Discord, but I don't really know how to fully do it. I'm kind of researching it, but I'm kind of busy. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of videos I got to put out. So if you guys want to help me put together Discord, you know anything about Discord, hit me up on DM, hit me on Instagram, call me Shape on Instagram, give me a follow. I respond to everyone that DMs me. I'm not one of those people. I'm so famous. Oh my God, I can't get to my DMs. It's not that point. It's not at that point just yet. So I'm not even at that point just yet. So I'm getting texts or stuff like that. All right. So yeah, if you guys know how to make Discord, hit me up. Dennis the Menace says no guy in his right mind will make / show vulnerability. That's the lesson of Samson. Yeah, honestly, good point. Good point. I don't think men need to be vulnerable. I don't think that's what we need to do. I think women need to be vulnerable. I think women are not being vulnerable. I think women are scared to admit that, we're stronger than them, we're smarter than them. Only smarter because we're rational, not smarter because we have more brain power, but it's hard to be smart when you're emotional. You won't be able to think straight. Okay. That's the only reason why I think we're quote unquote smarter than them. It's not really smarter than them. Just when a woman can think rationally, she can be just as smart as a man. The problem is, can a woman think rationally? Okay. It's very rare. There are ones that do, you know what I'm saying? But it's very, very rare in my personal experience. Hebrew says, nose job girl is perfect example. Nose job girl. You guys seen that on my post? Oh my God. Did you see that on my post? Shit, let's go to my post, man. That shit was crazy, man. Actually, that was, I don't know why that keeps coming up. Man, okay, maybe we won't go there. Okay. I be searching for stuff and it, some weird shit be coming up. Anyway, I wanted to show you guys that, but yeah, my default page ain't too right. So we ain't gonna go through that. Mike Tremor says, difference between black women and white women. What's the difference? I don't know the difference. They're both feminists, in my opinion. I don't know. Okay, but you give an offer. You said both are thieves. A black woman would steal a briefcase of counterfeit money. A white woman would steal the counterfeit machine. That's the difference. I don't know what you mean by that. Hebrew says, oh, you raised your hand? Yeah, Hebrew. Oh, you said 100? Yeah, okay. Yeah, so if you guys know how to do Discord, let me know. Hit me up on the gram. I'm gonna respond. I'm not one of the bougie dudes that, oh my god, I'm so famous. I got 10,000 subscribers. I can't see anything anymore. No, I'm a community builder. I'm here for the community. I'm a real person. Okay, I don't act like oh my god. I'm not one of those fake people that like throw their fame around. Like, that's retarded. It's stupid. All right, I'm gonna put the link in the chat because I'm gonna leave soon. I'm heading to a date myself. I told you guys I got a date with a beautiful woman who's 40 years old. I gotta tell the truth. I don't lie. She is 40. I don't lie. And we're going out for dessert. And after we're done, I'm gonna tell you guys how it went. And interesting thing about her is she's very attentive. I text her. So I texted her to confirm the date this morning, and she responded right away, which I like. I remember we matched on the league, and she was very everything about her seems good so far, right? I'm rocking with it. Like, she looks really good. I won't lie. She got a body, she got a face, she got natural hair. She don't got tattoos all over her skin. She might be a rare one. You know what I'm saying? Now, I give people the benefit of the doubt. I know you guys are saying don't date a woman that's 40 years old. I get it, but I am 37. And I want to be able to tell you guys what it's like to do all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I'm still single. I'm mingling. I'm trying to figure it out. Okay. But let me put the link in the chat because I'm about to leave soon. So you guys can hop on. If y'all want to hop on, we can have a discussion. If not, I'm going to play a few more videos and we're going to wrap this up because I got to go. Okay. So if you guys want to hop on the link's in the description right now. Hop on. We can talk. I'm curious about this though. I want y'all to know this, right? If you are a black man and you're dating, I want to hear what you have to say. I really do. Or even if you're a white man, I don't really care. You know what I'm saying? But, we're talking about black issues here. So if you're a black man, I want to hear what you have to say. Make sure your face, you're mic'd up. You show your face. I don't do I can't see your face stuff. Let's be cordial. I'm respectful. I ain't trying to turn this into like a Kevin Samuels show where I'm dissing you and you dissing me. I ain't with that. So a lot of you guys are vocal in the comments. I put the link in the chat and you guys are able to call. Like I said, I'm only going to be here for a few more minutes and then I got to go. Dennis Man says, enjoy your date. Don't fall for the okie doke. Good luck. Thank you, bro. That's the whole plan. I've already FaceTime with her, so I know she's not catfish. That's kind of what I do. If I match with a girl on Hinge, The League, Coffee Meets Bagel. What's the other ones I use? I sometimes use Facebook dating. My rules are, if we match, we're gonna have a brief conversation. Then I'm gonna say something like, "Yo, I'm about to delete this app. Here's my number." I have girls text me, or I'm like, "Let's exchange numbers," whatever it is, something like that. Usually, I just give girls my number because I want to see a girl take initiative. So I'm like, we'll talk for a little bit, and I'm just gonna hey, look, you know what I'm saying? I'm interested in you. Here's my number. Text me. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of foolproof, it's because it weeds out the people who ain't going to put effort. You don't want to date them anyway. And it selects for girls who are going to go the extra mile to date you, right? And that's kind of what I want. I don't want girls who are going to actually put the effort in. So thank you, brother. I appreciate you. Ronald Calhoun says, waste of time. Focus, brother. You are 37. You're old, man. It ain't the same. I'm not old, bro. I'm not old. You guys couldn't tell I was 37 once I told you I'm 37. Most people don't think I'm 37. I'm not old. I don't even think 37 is old. I think you're bugging. I think 70 is old. I don't think anyone looks at me as an old man. I don't have grandchildren, and I guess I'm old enough to have grandchildren, but I don't have grandchildren. I don't even have children. So I'm not old. And as men, we hit our prime when we start about 35. You start to hit your prime. So, unless you're older than me, brother, I don't know what you're talking about. You could try to age shame me all you want, but I'm not old, bro. You might be old. I'm not old. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you though. You know what I'm saying? For trying to push back. I respond to everybody. Let's see. Okay, that was him. This is a dude from the UK. He talks about it as well. Let's see what he has to say. And what's this? W says he did say you were old, bro. I'm not old. Oh, he said, okay, my bad. Thank you, W. I reread it wrong. I'm reading fast. My bad. Yeah. He says, waste of time. Focus on, brother. You are 37 years old. It ain't the same. Okay, got it. My bad. I appreciate you. Thank you, my brother. I didn't mean to. So look, and this is what we need the community for. Let's help each other, bro. Let's the community help each other. But I want somebody to call in because I am leaving in like 15 minutes. So if you gotta call in, let's have a discussion. If not, I'll still play these videos. I got a plan for this, but you know, part of the reason why I went live so you guys can call in and talk your ish. If you don't want to talk your ish, if you guys are a bunch of men who are scared to show your face, then now I know what kind of audience I got. What kind of audience do I got? Do I got a bunch of men who scared to show their face? What is it? You know what I'm saying? I don't think that, you know what I'm saying? Plus the old Shape Squad, we always, if you go back in my old live streams, bro, people used to call in left and right. Men, women, and I didn't have any subscribers at the time. We had crazy live streams prior to me hitting 10,000 subs. So what is it now? Is it you guys are different now? What it is? Anyway, all right. So you guys don't, if you don't want to call in, whatever. But the link's in the chat. You want to call in, I'll put the link in. I am leaving shortly. I can't do this live all day. I got a date. I got a hot date. Beautiful girl. I'm going to enjoy it. But let's get into the next video in the meantime while we wait for people to call in.
I find it so crazy the way everyone's saying that, oh, black men don't date black women in the UK. I think that's one of the most blatant lies that we've actually let slide as a community. Because the type of women that say, or the women that usually say these things, you have to realize that they look at artists as the prospect to determine what a lot of black men are doing on a day-to-day basis. Like, we don't live this artist lives, bro. Like, we actually, if you go out into the real world, you will see black couples flourishing, bro. Leave all these rappers alone. Like, go to the doctors, go to the engineers, go to the care work. Like, bro, black men are dating black women. Like, there's actually real love outside, bro. You might need to get out of this social media mindset that, oh, black men are always single with black women. Like, bro, no. Black men and black women, they coexist peacefully. I find it so crazy the way everyone's saying that, oh, black men don't date black.
So they got issues in the UK too. In the UK is a little different because in the UK, I guess black men don't date black women at all. A lot of them date white women. That's not exactly how it is in America, but in the UK, it seems like white women are I don't know, but it seems like white women in the UK, from what I could observe, are more into interracial stuff than black men are. I mean, it seems like the white women in UK are more, they're more chocolate lovers than the white women in America. Like there's a lot of white women that like black men, but the percentage to me is probably small. Maybe 2, 3, 4, 5% of white women. Unless you're rich and famous. If you're rich and famous black men, everybody wants you. You know what I'm saying? But if you're just an average black guy, like I would say less than 5, 10% of white women actually like black guys. But in the UK, it's different. It's different in the UK. All right. So I got another video here. This is a panel. They're discussing, do black men actually want to date black women? I thought it was interesting. I'm going to share with you guys and we'll respond.
I'll ask you a question, actually. What do you think on black guys that don't date black women?
Oh, shit. He's finding the pew.
Oh,
Yeah.
personally, me, like just speaking personally, I don't care because it's not, it doesn't really affect me in any way. You don't date black women, that's your business.
Yes.
You're missing out if I do say something, but I just don't care. But I feel like you have to be careful going online as a black person and saying that you don't date black women, just because it kind of reinforces this narrative that like black women are ugly, like your own race doesn't like you. Do you know what I mean? So I do think you have to be careful. I think it's a sensitive topic. I think by all means have your preferences, date who you want to date, life is short, do you know what I mean? But I feel like you have to be careful and like, you know, I feel like black women have a long history of always kind of being like the bottom of the barrel, like, you know, when we were in primary school, always the least attractive, always the bottom, oh, you're dark, you're ugly, you're this, that, the other. So I think what sometimes black men don't understand is it really like hits deep for them as well to go and say, you know, black women are ugly, black women are this and that. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, I don't know what video is gonna start playing there. So okay, in the UK, and it's not, America's not this way. I think UK black women are not as confident as the black women in America, and this is so fascinating. And it seems like the black men are more confident. right? So let me say it again. It seems like UK black women are less confident than the black women in America, and it seems like black men in the UK are more confident. Now, I don't think they're better than us. I'm gonna keep it real with you. I just think they're more confident in the sense of if people worship the black men in the UK and they're not as discriminating, and that's what it seems like. I don't know. I could be just watching the content. I don't know, but it just seems like black men are more worshipped on an average level. We're not even talking about superstardom. Like black men that are superstars, yeah, they have free range in America, but regular black men don't have that. Okay, we are desirable. I'm not saying we're not, but it's not the same extent to where any woman, any race would date a black guy. I think in America it's still very pretty segregated in the sense where the whites date the whites, the blacks date the blacks, and so on. A small portion of people actually date each other. The most you're going to see white women date black men are white women from the hood. That's how it is in America. You got some crazy wives and shit like that, and women who want to be gang banged and wild and perverted shit like that. But those are the extremes. You got girls in the hood, and then you got girls who they got a fetish and they're rich and they want to explore their fetish, their black fetish. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how it is. Brian says very dishonest rhetoric. Who, my brother? Who y'all need this? If y'all shoot y'all shot, y'all gotta talk about who y'all talking about. Y'all talking about me? You talking about the content? What you talking about? Because I'm not dishonest. I tell the truth. You feel me? I got this on my head because this is the truth, and I tell the truth. Okay, so I don't lie about nothing. I don't cap. I don't need a cap. I don't need a cap. I don't need a cap. I'm not one of these dudes that struggle with women. Not in the same way. I guess we all struggle with women, but I'm not one of these dudes that struggle with women. I'm mad at women. I'm not mad. I'm not angry. You know what I'm saying? I could be in a relationship today if I wanted to. I'm single by choice. I'm the real single by choice. A lot of men are not single. I'm gonna keep it real with you. A lot of men are not real single by choice. That's just the truth. I'm really single by choice. You know what I'm saying? But I'm only saying that to say that, when I give you guys perspective, it's not biased in a sense where I hate women because I'm not successful with them or where I'm worshiping women because I am. I'm neither or. I don't worship and I don't hate. I'm in the middle. Okay. I like y'all, but you know what I'm saying? I don't hate y'all. You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm at with it. Brian says these talking points are redundant. They are protective measures in place to cover up the truth. That's why I recommend a call in line for a live. Bro, I put in the call. If y'all want to talk, I put the call in line. Go ahead. The link's here. If y'all want to talk, hop in. I'm leaving I gotta leave in 5 minutes. So if you got something to say, shoot your shot, my brother. The line's open. Okay, I got one more video to play, but then I gotta bounce. So if y'all want to talk, I'm going on a date myself. They said why black men are not dating. I'm not technically one of those black men that are not dating. I'm just not taking women seriously anymore. And I kind of date to stay relevant in the industry of dating, to know what's going on. I don't want to be one of these black dudes that's just preaching stuff and I have no experience. I'm in the trenches and I'm telling y'all what my perspective is as well. So my vantage point is not just a dude who be looking at videos online. I'm an actual dude that goes out there. I'm on a dating app, so I know how the dating apps work. I'm actually dating girls, so I know how that works. I'm seeing things. I'm experiencing things. Right. And it helps me make the content. I won't lie, because I can relate to people better and we can have the conversation better. So links in the chat. You guys don't want to call in. That's cool. I don't know why y'all running your mouth in this description. I don't know what's up with y'all. You know what I'm saying? This is so interesting to me. Y'all supposed to be men, right? We got a bunch of women in here. We got a men in here. Y'all need to be able to face the fire, bro. And that's why it makes me realize why I'm in the position I'm in right now. Because a lot of y'all don't want to get up here and just tell the truth. What y'all scared about? Y'all scared you're going to lose your job or something because you told the truth? Back when they were giving the jab out to everybody, I didn't take it. I know a lot of people say, I didn't take it. I didn't get tested for it, right? I didn't take it. Bro, Brian, I'm not going to address you no more. If you want to talk about it, hop on the live, bro. I got to leave. You know what I'm saying? That's that. I ain't going to keep running my mouth back and forth with you, bro. Ron, what's up, my brother?
Hey, how you doing, man?
I'm doing good, bro. I'm going on a date in 10 minutes. Or I'm leaving for a date in 10 minutes with this beautiful 40-year-old chick who happens to be retired, according to her. We're going to find out, though.
Yeah.
What's up with you? Where you calling from?
I'm trying to.
Where you calling from, brother? Oh yeah, I can't hear your voice. You muted or something. I can't hear your voice.
Out
Okay,
of
there.
Columbia, South Carolina.
Columbia, South Carolina. You guys just passed a permitless carry recently, maybe like a year ago. So you got no more permits to carry, right?
Yeah.
Shout out to y'all. All right, so what's up, man? You got something to say? You want to offer why you think black men are no longer dating?
Oh man, I'm having some issues here. I don't know what to do. I've never gotten on anything live before, and I see that I can hear myself.
I can hear you. Can you? I can hear you.
Well,
you hear me?
What I wanted to say to you, man, is there's nothing wrong with you going out with a 40-year-old if you're having fun. If you just want to kick it. But in my personal opinion, I can't tell you what to do.
No, give me bro. Give it straight, bro. You good?
I think that you should be dating someone that's a bit younger.
Okay.
You know, I mean, you're 37.
Right.
You're at a great age right now.
Thank you, brother.
You've got enough mileage to lead.
Okay.
A 40-year-old woman is not where you really need to be.
You
know, I mean, let's think about it.
Well, how old are you, brother? Before you go on, I'm curious.
I'll be 58 in June.
58?
Yeah.
Oh man, you're looking good for 58. Yo, shout out to you, brother.
So I'm just speaking to you. Let me try to. Let me see. There. Can you hear me now?
I can hear you.
I don't know what it is that I've done that I can't. I'm getting like a feedback from myself. But
so if you got so cut out the live stream. I mean, only look at the live stream. Don't look at the live video.
Hold on, I can't. Okay, I don't know.
Brian said, "My comments are towards the videos, not you as a speaker." I appreciate that, brother.
I think I got it now.
Well, I'm not used to hating my community that I built are men that rock with each other. We're not people that hate on each other. We're not no trolls or nothing. All right, back to you, Brian. What's up with it?
Yeah. Okay. Now, there's a couple things to go with a 40-year-old woman.
Okay.
Number one, it's kind of like molding clay.
Okay.
By the time she's 40 years old, that mold's hard, bro. It's hard. Okay. Kids are not. And if she doesn't have kids by now, what makes you think you're going to be the one? It takes time to get to know that person, first of all, to decide whether you're going to have. By the time you get to know her, she's 42. Now, are you going to get? It comes to a point where are you going to get married, or do you just want a baby mama? Okay, you're talking about a biological clock, and me as a man dealing with women that age in my life and older, women don't age like we do. A woman in a few years, she'll be waking you up in the middle of the night to rub her damn back. I'm not trying to be funny or try to put anybody down.
Damn.
Women do not age like men. We all get to a point where we start falling apart, but men handle it better. We tend to go longer before we start having those problems. And we don't have anybody come rub on our back like that and wake up in the middle of the night. We wouldn't want to wake out late. But I'll be 58 in June. I done put this body through it. I'm a retired firefighter, former Marine, and played football. And I'm only 5'5". Okay, I'm a little dude. But I've dated in the age range that you're talking about.
Okay.
Don't do it. I'm not telling you not to go on your date tonight.
No, bro. Yo, listen. I want my audience to know, and this live stream is going to be replayed, so I want people to know I take criticism very well. That's how I got here. Right. I got to this point. I'm becoming successful right now from being able to take criticism. So you're good, bro. I don't take nothing you say personally. I do have some questions for you though, because I got to leave soon, and I kind of want to get some good questions for you. One, how did you find the channel, and how long have you been subscribed?
Oh man, just through YouTube, looking at other content kind of like yours, found yours, enjoy it, and just just kept on.
Was it last year or this year? Would you subscribe
last year?
I appreciate that. Yeah,
I've been with you for a minute.
Okay, I appreciate that.
But yeah, I just just wanted to say to you, man, aim a little younger. You know,
What age do you think I should go to if you were me then?
You're 37. I'd say 20, 22, 23 and up.
Whew, you going real young.
Hey, man. 20. If
what's the youngest
you have
right now? What's the youngest?
My age?
Yeah, right now. What's the youngest girl you dated recently?
Oh, recently. She's 39.
The youngest girl dated recently 39.
Yeah.
Does she have kids?
Yeah.
Do you have kids?
I have one son, and I was just about to tell you.
Okay.
I am not. I wish I had 10 sons.
Mm.
So I'm not above going back to find me. But see, it would be for
and you can. Don't you love that luxury? You can. Or do you feel like you're too old to have kids? I talked to my dad. My dad is recently divorced, and I'm not saying I want siblings, but I'm like, Dad, you got options. You're 66 years old. You rich.
Right.
My dad's got bread.
Right.
I'm like, yo, if you want to start a whole new family and move to Thailand, you can. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
The world's in your hands. So, what about you? What are you thinking? I mean, you could change that. Elon Musk has had kids.
I wouldn't. I had a great time raising my son and his sister.
Okay, sister's not your child.
No.
Okay, so,
whoa.
We got to get into this. So you dated a woman that had kids already?
Yeah.
How old were you when you did that?
I was 24 when I got with her.
So you dated a single mom at 24.
Yep.
And you had a kid with her.
Yep.
Walk me through that.
First of all, I was just like most of these people on here or out here in this world, Black, mostly. I was raised, my mother was married twice. So I got my brother and sister were from her first husband. Now me and my sister came from a second husband.
Okay.
So my dad took on a family, a ready-made family. Okay. So
your dad was a stepdad.
Right.
Yo, hold on right there. You see how this plays? You see how we formulate our foundation, what we believe is right or wrong? If our parents did it was right. If my mom was a single mom, it was right. If my dad was a stepdad, it was right. Whatever my parents did, it was right. If my mom was a thought, it was right. If my dad was a gangster, it was right. Like whatever, like literally, our parents can't do no wrong, no matter how you slice it. Go ahead, but that's so interesting to me. Go ahead.
And I tell you this, even if we look at it kind of odd and kind of sideways, we make it fit, because even in high school, my senior year girlfriend, she had a baby at 14. And there was some stigma big time on that back then.
And you still dated her? You said in your senior year, so she was what, 18 when you started dating her?
Yeah, she was 17. She was 17.
She had a kid already?
Yeah, she had a. So
you like single moms, bro? You gotta think.
No, I like women. I mean, I dated a lot of women that didn't have kids, but I did not discriminate against the single mom.
The 29-year-old, the 39-year-old.
I'll tell you what it really was. It was
hold on, really quick, because I'm running out of time.
Okay.
I want to hear this though. The 39-year-old chick you dated recently, did she have kids?
Yeah.
I think you said yeah. Okay. So, are you still looking for women with children? Because at your age, you could date a woman without children. No.
Right now, I'm looking for anything that ain't Black.
Was the girl 39 not Black?
No, she was a sister, a fine sister.
Okay, how many women have you dated that weren't Black? A couple, a few?
I've just a couple, and that was mostly when I was in the military.
Oh, you're a military dude. Okay.
Yeah, I was Marine Corps back in the 80s.
Oh, Marine Corps, yo.
Yeah, back in the 80s.
Long time ago. He can fight, man. Be careful, y'all. He'll tear your head off. Brian says the current escorting must be challenged on this platform. The subject of Black women traveling for ex-tourism and hating on passport bros must be revised on this platform. I don't know anything about that. I don't think American women do good overseas.
They don't.
You know, I think they get smashed, but they don't get you don't get a king.
They get the same thing they get here.
But worse, because at least we got American money. These dudes don't got American money.
And then other countries look at us as the bottom of the totem pole.
And you experienced that from Marine Corps, right?
I experienced that from the Corps, just experienced it from outside of the Corps. You know, it's just, I mean, the world kind of looks at the United States and the mindsets of the United States. One of the biggest things in the United States that keeps us from being like that is because there are rules and laws set in place where they have to pretend like we're not. You know? They have to pretend like we're not a second-class citizen. Wink, wink. So other countries have a stigma or an opinion about us. And then we get over there and it's not a whole bunch of us, and they're not used to a whole bunch of us in different countries, or they don't have rules that say they have to treat us a certain way and they treat us however they wish. You know, I mean, you're talking about countries where they don't like their own people with dark complexions. You know, it's a caste system. So, and then you get a black woman who goes over there with all that black woman, black female vibrato, and it doesn't work. And it's so many layers to it, man. But as a black man, you can still provide. And these other countries, their women are cultured to be kind to men, period.
They value men more than American
They value men more.
Yeah, they value men more.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny, in Japan, chivalry is reversed. Women open doors for men.
Right.
They give up their seats on bus for men. And people are like, why would they do that? Because the men are the ones that help bring the country back after we bombed them twice.
Right.
When your country goes to war, right, women start acting right. See, that's what we need in America. I don't want it to happen in America, but when I'm sure the Japanese women were probably, they probably weren't feminists, right? But they could have been moving towards that direction. But the minute Hiroshima and that shit like that happened, shit got real. You know what I'm saying? Like, we had war. Who you going to cling to? Women? You're not going to cling in wartime. You're not going to cling to women. You're going to cling to men, right? And so they've learned that their men is what's going to keep them safe in their country, just like it is in this country. But women here are protesting and this and that and nonsense. They don't realize they're doing that under our supervision, that we're allowing them to do this.
Right.
The minute that we decide, the minute that men decided that we're not going to go for this no more, that's how it's going to go. But I actually got to go. Shockingly, I said that. Any last words? I'll give you the last word. And everybody, shout out to everyone that bought the hat. I got hats for sale. Shout out to everybody that buying the merch. I'm surprised, but I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? I'm shipping out to Louisiana, shipping out to Texas. I'm with it. So thank you, everybody bought a hat. What you got to say, my brother?
How many kids do you expect? Would you like to have?
15, 20? I don't know.
Woo.
I want to have a military.
You're not getting that out of a 40-year-old, man. You're wasting your time.
I don't know if I'm gonna get it out of one girl. I might need a bunch. You know, King Solomon had 700 wives and 300 side chicks.
Well,
so yeah, at the same time.
I'll say this, and this is pushing it to me: 35. And if you want 3 kids, 35 minus 2, 33 minus 2, 31 minus 2. Okay. So you want to start like 2 years before you'll even start having kids, at least, or actually about 3 years before you'll even start having kids. And by the time you get to the final kid, she shouldn't be over 35, man. So that's why I told you 22 or so.
Yeah, no, bro, and it's funny because now that I'm getting more popular, my options are just like growing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in a space now where I could use my success as leverage. And men, this is why I think men should become successful, because success is the best leverage against women. If y'all tired of y'all women problems, get your mind right, get your body right, get your money right.
Right.
Very simple. Ron, I appreciate you, my brother. I think I'm gonna start doing live streams on Sunday because you guys really respond well to this Sunday. But I gotta go to this day. I'm gonna let you guys know how it went. And other than that, man, I appreciate everybody for joining the live stream. Y'all run up the live stream replay, hit like, subscribe to the channel. Ron, I appreciate you, my brother. We're going to talk soon. I'm going to see you next time, all right? Everybody.
Take care, my man.
Peace.
All right.